To the prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, we speak about the upliftment of the Son of the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh Shai. Right. Okay? And the downfall of Esau and Edom. So first and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory and honor
to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Makakadash.
Alright, double eyes to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you. I came out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Alright? So Esau's trying to find comfort, right, in false doctrines. All right, trying to say that Esau's done away with and all these different lies, when the scripture tell you that Esau's going to be ruling at the end. Give me that in the second Ezra. Okay, the scriptures clearly tell you Esau's going to be ruling at the end. All right, and we are at the end. If the Israelites are not ruling, that means that the end has not come yet. Go ahead.
This is second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the time? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows?
Right, when shall be the new kingdom, all right, which is our kingdom, the kingdom of the Israelites, of the Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him.
So it all goes back to Jacob and Esau, all right? Esau is ruling right now. Jacob is getting ready to rule. We're getting ready to rule. Go ahead.
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world,
right.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right, so Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, but Esau is the end of the world. Right. All right, so we're at the end of the world right now. So Esau couldn't have been done away with at the time of the Babylonians and all these things. And they push these lies out just for the sake of comfort, just to comfort themselves.
Right.
You know, so they can sleep at night. But it's not going to work, because at the end of the day, they see, you know, more and more that we have the truth, that what we're saying is the truth. Okay? Yes, so?
This is second Thessalonians 2 and verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Right, what was Paul saying? He said basically that the wicked is in rulership right now. The wicked is in rulership right now. That's what he was saying. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed.
Right.
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right. Now, who's known as the nation of the wicked? Right? Who's known as the nation of the wicked? Get Malachi 1 and 4.
This is the book of Malachi 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
They have built, right? All these buildings around, right? They built, they rebuilt. Since what? The Renaissance period, right? Because before that, they were on the lower level. We were ruling in Europe. Okay, go ahead.
They shall call them the border of wickedness.
Right. So they're saying basically everywhere they go, is wickedness follows. Can you get that in the NLT?
Yeah.
All right. Everywhere they go, wickedness follows. So they're known as what? The border of wickedness. But finish that off in the
yeah. The border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Right, so it's not just speaking about Esau, it's speaking about the people, right? The nation, the race of the Edomites, man. Okay, so we figured out who the race is, man. You so-called white people, you Edomites, man. All right, we figured it out. All right, through the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. That's why you're in rulership right now. Give me Job 9 and 24. But you're about to be taken out of rulership.
That's right.
Okay, and put underneath the Israelites. Okay, go ahead.
This is Job 9 and verse 24.
Right.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Who gave the earth into the hands of the wicked? The Most High, the Heavenly Father. Right. Because this is his movie, man. Right. Go ahead.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
What does it mean he covered the faces of the judges thereof? Meaning he painted up himself as the judges of the earth. He painted himself as Jesus the Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai. He painted up himself and his people as the saints, okay, as the rulers, you know, the Israelites that ruled in Europe and all that. He painted himself as such, okay? That's what it means, man. Go ahead.
If not, where and who is he?
And that's how we identify who the Edomites are, man. That's how we identify them, man. All right? Go ahead, bro. Real quick.
This is First Maccabees 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Right, they paint the likeness of their images. In other words, with the, you know, they made them have pale skin, right? It might have to do with blonde hair, which is a curse according to the Bible. When you read Leviticus and you read Numbers, the 12th chapter, that's a curse. All right, to have blonde hair and white and so-called pale skin, that's a curse. But Esau's made it in this earth as if it's a blessing. All right, and you even got our people, they're trying to heal their bleaching their skin, right? You go down to the so-called Latin America, there's all kind of colorism going on over there. And guess what? The colorism is heavier in Latin America than it is amongst you gents, amongst the Southern Kingdom. I mean, it's heavy. You'll look at something like they're not even dark. They're like tan. They're like, you know, but then they get all kind of racism in Latin America for that. You see? So it's showing you that poison has poisoned the minds of the people of the earth. Go ahead. No, read the NLT.
This is Malachi 1 and 4 in the NLT, and it reads, Esau's descendants in Edom may see, we have been shattered.
Esau's what?
Esau's descendants in Edom may see.
His descendants, man, his lineage, his race. Okay? We are the descendants of Jacob. We are the race of the Israelites.
Right.
All right? They are the race of the Edomites, man. Right. So-called Arabs are the race of the Ishmaelites. So on and so forth, man. Everyone has a race. Everyone has a nationality, man. All right? The so-called Ethiopians, they come from Cush. The Cushites. Everyone has a nationality that the Most High gave them, man. Go ahead.
Genesis 36 and verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir.
Right.
Esau is Edom.
Esau is Edom. All right? So when it says Esau, it's also speaking of the Edomites. All right? Go ahead.
These are the generations of Esau.
Right.
The father of the Edomites.
Right. So that's a race right there. Okay, that was the beginning of the Edomite race. And now what do? They change their names. Call themselves white. Right? When they're not white. You look at their skin, they're red. Okay? From a pinkish to a red color, man. They're not white. And we're not black. There's no such thing as black people. That doesn't exist. Okay? We're Israelites, man. We're brown skin. From a dark brown to a very light brown. Right? Go ahead. That's pretty much it on that.
In Mount Seir.
Back to Malachi 1 and verse 4, Esau's descendants in Edom may say, we have been shattered, but we will rebuild the ruins. But the Lord of Heaven's armies replies, they may try to rebuild, but I will demolish them again.
Right, they tried to rebuild through what? The blessing that was given by Isaac, right? To have the fatness of the earth, meaning they have control over the earth right now. But that blessing is going to be taken away from them.
That's right.
All right, and they're going to get a curse. Go ahead.
But I will demolish them again. Their country will be known as the land of wickedness.
Everywhere these Edomites go, wickedness follows, man. What are they trying to propagate around the earth? Huh? What are they trying to propagate around the earth right now? Huh? Feminism, right? Alphabet, lifestyle. That's what they're trying to push on these other nations, which is all against the scriptures. Matter of fact, get Leviticus, man. The 20th chapter, the 13th verse, man. That's completely against the Bible, man. All right? Okay? What you got? You got it? Yeah. Go ahead, bring it out.
Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
So that's saying that if a man lie with another man as if he lies with a woman, meaning what? Meaning what? Having so-called sex, right? Is what? They have what?
They have both committed an abomination.
Right. So the Lord said that's an abomination right here, man. Right? But what does Esau do? What does the Edomites do? They push that on these societies and force them to accept it, man. Right? All the issues going on in those third world countries, and they're trying to. What about the alphabet people? Right? And then who was it? The president of Uganda. He said, "Listen, we don't have time for that. We got bigger problems. We don't got the time to be speaking about that right now."
That's right.
But that's the main issue they have.
Yep.
What about the wickedness? What about pushing wickedness in your place? You see, these are the Edomites, man. All right? Go ahead.
Now, they shall surely be put to death.
That's right.
Their blood shall be upon them.
Right, but Esau says, no, let's give them a parade. You got Psalms 50?
Yeah.
What's Psalms 50?
Psalms 50 and 16. But to the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes.
Why do you have the Bible in your hand? Why do you swear in on it in your court systems? All right? Why do you have your president swear in on it? Okay? Why do you even speak about the Bible? Go ahead.
Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth,
Right?
seeing that thou hatest instruction.
Because everything these devils do is contrary to the Bible. Everything these devils push forth and do is contrary to the Spirit of God, the Spirit of the Most High. They themselves are contrary to the Spirit of the Most High, man. All right? I just gave you some examples, man, of what they're pushing around the earth. All right? First of all, they stole the land for the Native Americans. That's against the Bible right there. Get me, remove not your neighbor's landmark. And get me Numbers 35th chapter and the 33rd verse. So they came with the Bible in their hands to go completely against the Bible. Read that again in Psalm the 50th chapter, man.
Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
Right.
Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Why are you taking the Bible in your mouth? Go ahead.
Seeing thou hatest instruction.
Yeah,
and
because you hate the instruction that I laid in the scripture. Go ahead.
And casting my words behind thee.
That's it. That's it. Point blank period. Want a little bit more on that?
That's something else.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 29 and 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as potter's clay.
Esau has turned everything upside down. He's made a woman play the roles of men. That's why you look at all these shows. The woman is the top, the head. She's beating up about 50 different dudes. Right? Some trained warriors since they were children. You got some little 100-pound woman beat their ass up. Right? This is why these women's minds are all messed up now, man.
That's right.
And they think they're really over you. They think that they're over you in their mind. Because Esau's pushed that in the earth. Which that's upside down right there. That's called being upside down. The woman was created for the man. To be a helpmeet to the man. Anything outside of that is disorder. Go ahead.
For shall the word say of him that made it, he made me not.
Right.
Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no
Right.
understanding.
So are you going to tell the creator he had no understanding when he created you? No, I don't think that's right. Well, who are you? Who art thou, O man, that replies against the Most High, man?
That's right. That's right.
He created the universe and the earth. He had everything commissioned to be made. All right? So he knows how it's supposed to be run. But Esau says, nah. We're going to take out all the oysters out of the earth. And what are they doing? What are they doing now? Out of the water, what do they have now? The 1 billion oyster project. Meaning they're trying to put a billion oysters back in the ocean to clean it. Specifically in New York. Why are they doing that? See, these average people, they don't understand why. Why the oyster project? Why? They don't know what the hell's going on. All right? But we know because the scriptures tell you you're not supposed to be eating oysters.
That's right.
You're not supposed to take them out of the ocean. Why? Because they clean the ocean. But like we said, Esau does everything contrary to the Most High. That's how we know these so-called white people are the Edomites. And they scoff at the idea of God. If you go to the university now and you speak about the creation theory, they're going to look at you like you're a dummy. Because these Edomites are contrary to God. Okay? And we done figured out who the Edomites are. Go ahead.
Psalms 14 and 1. The fool has said in his heart, there is no power. They are corrupted. They have done abominable works. There is none that do it good.
Right. They don't do good because they don't believe in the Most High. All right? So their whole thing is, what do they call it? Natural selection. Their whole thing is if they're strong enough to do it, they can do it. You see? It's not about what's right and wrong. It's about just getting it done. And you Jakes have taken on that mindset. That's why you speak about a wickedness somebody does, might put on a dress, and Jake will say, well, he's getting the bag.
Yes.
Because as long as you can get the bag, they don't care about the wickedness or the going against the Most High. All right? Hold on. Read Romans 1.
This is the book of Romans chapter 1 and verse 25.
Yeah.
Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie.
Well, that's Esau. Go ahead.
And worshiped and served the creator, the creature, Salakia, the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause, the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Which is against nature, right? Right? So this is what they're doing. They're changing the use of woman and man to that which is against nature. Right? They're taking not only that, but even the use of animals, even the use of different plants and herbs. They're taking that to make it against nature, man. Go ahead.
And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the women, burned in their lust, one toward another. Man with man, working that which is unseemly.
Right, which is unseemly, which is not convenient. Go ahead.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat.
Right, like AIDS, all right, the pox, okay? See what I'm saying? All these different things, man. That was a recompense, that was a payment for the wickedness. You see? And who are they pushing that wickedness mainly on? They're pushing on our people. That's why they got, they push that flamer, that mindset, that wicked mindset on our people the most. Because they're trying to keep you away from the power, right? Which they can't do that because the Lord already has 7,000 men who will not bow the knee to Baal.
Right.
The 7 there's already reserved a certain amount of Israelites that's not going to fall for that nonsense. You lose.
Right. Verse 28, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, Yahweh Shai gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient.
Right, those things are not convenient. And that's in the New Testament. So it's telling you the Lord is against that. Right? But what does Esau do? He pushes that in the earth. Right? He pushes that upon the children. Okay? And they speak about it like if it's a good thing. Right? You see? And then these people, their minds are all warped, so they actually agree with that stuff. Showing you why the Lord is going to have to destroy the majority of these people, man.
Right.
All right? Go ahead. You have something else? Go ahead.
This is Job 10 and 21. Before I go whence, I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness as darkness itself,
Right.
and of the shadow of death without any order.
This is really the true dark ages. Esau tried to call that back then when we were the dark ages. No. This is the true dark ages, man. Okay, this is where the people are void of light and understanding, man, and morality. All right. That's all. No, you want it?
A land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without
And
any
the fact
order.
that killing your babies is just normal. All right, and it's really like you're fighting for it. Like they're like, if you don't believe in that, then you're wicked. You're evil. Get me called darkness good and called good evil. All right, you see what I'm saying? So if you don't believe in that, then you're just an insane, oppressive demon. But they're scrambling babies like eggs in the womb. That's madness. And by the way, they're crying in the womb. You can see images of the baby actually crying while that's happening. Man. So these women have no care for their seed, man. But care for their children, man. Their whole thing is always like a new pet. Oh, see, they walk around, oh, look at my, It's not about building them up in the right way so that it's for it's for their best interest, right? So they can use it against the father, all right? So they can get benefits. So they can build it up the way they want, like a damn brat doll. Go ahead.
Without any order, and where the light is as darkness.
The light is as darkness in this place, man. Okay? We tell them about righteousness, saying that's wicked. The alphabet thing is wicked against the Most High. No, that's not right. See, so this place is as darkness, man. The light in this place is as darkness, and the darkness is as light. Go ahead.
This is Lamentations 4 and verse 3. Even the sea monsters dwell out the
Read
breast.
that nice and loud. Read that nice and loud, brother.
This is Lamentations 4 and verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel.
See, even the whales and the sharks, they draw breasts. They give their youth suck from their breasts. But it said what? Read that again.
Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones.
Yep.
The daughter of my people is become cruel,
Yep.
like the ostrich in the wilderness.
Right, but the daughters of Jerusalem, they don't even do that. Okay? They're looking for the Similac, man, which is full of all kind of chemicals, man, that's harmful to the child, man. The fact that you trust these Edomites to make formula that's supposed to mimic the formula the Most High naturally gave you, show you how stupid you are, man. Go ahead, man.
Isaiah 49 and 15. Can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb?
Right.
Yet they may forget. Yet will I not forget thee.
Yeah, they may forget. Those hoes may forget. All right, but the Lord said He's not going to forget us, man. All right, because we are His people, man. All right, so He's never going to forget the Israelites, man. All right. Oh, matter of fact, get that where it says as long as the sun and the moon and the stars is kept. All right, they could forget their babies. They could scramble their babies in their womb like eggs, and then say, "Oh, what's wrong with that? It's my body." All right, that's not your seed, man. The Most High gave that seed to you, man, through the man. You see that? That's why the Lord's going to destroy the majority of these people, man. All right, because they agree with that shit. All right, they agree. They think that shit is righteous, man. These people are a bunch of murderers, a bunch of liars. All right. They push forth wickedness, man. Give me what I asked for, man.
This is Jeremiah 31.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 31 and verse 25. Thus said the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divided the sea, when the waves thereof war, the Lord of hosts is His name.
Right.
If those ordinances depart from before me, said the Lord,
Right.
then
If those things stop from being existent, the stars, the moon, all of that, right? Go ahead.
then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me. Shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
Then that's when he'll do away with the Israelites. So that means that He's never going to do away with the Israelites, because those things are never going to leave. Right? Those things are never going to leave. All right? Sit on that. You got some notes? Okay, go ahead, Spot. Bring it on out. That wicked ass people, man. All right? And then they'll act like they're righteous. And every one of them, if you ask them, "Oh, I'm a good person," every one of them, if you ask them, they'll tell you a big story of how they're a good person, right? Just like these women, every time you go on a date with them, they'll tell you about the ex and how evil he was, but then she was just perfect, you know? She was just an angel. She didn't do nothing wrong, man. Right? So that's how these people operate, man. Oh, the ways of man is right in the sight. Give me this Proverbs. Okay? Go ahead. You got it?
First Corinthians 2 and 14. But the natural man receiveth not the days of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him.
Right.
Neither can they know them.
Right. When they're carnal minded, the words of the Most High, the ways of the Most High is stupid to them. You know? It doesn't make sense to them, man, to do righteousness. Right?
For they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
Right. And right. You have to be spiritual to understand it. Okay? To get it. And that has to be given to you by the Heavenly Father, to be spiritual to understand those things.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Romans 11 and 1.
Yeah.
I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people.
Right. Has He cast away the Israelites? This is the question. Has He cast away the Israelites? Go ahead.
The Most High forbid.
Right.
For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham,
He said no, because me myself am an Israelite. Go ahead.
of the tribe of Benjamin.
Right.
The Most High had not cast away his people,
Right.
which he foreknew.
Right.
What ye not what the scripture said of Elias, how he make an intercession to the Most High against Israel?
Yeah. Because Elijah, he was tired. Listen, Elijah was tired of Israel after a time. Just like Jeremiah got tired. First he was praying for Israel, then he said to hell with them. Because after a while, dealing with our people, man, they're so hard-headed and wicked, man. And they're so against the prophets and it's the Most High, that after a while you say, man, to hell with that, man. Okay? And you say, man, let the Most High go, who is to the sword, to the sword. You get that attitude.
That's right.
Okay? But even with Elias saying that, the Lord did not do away with Israel. He said, no, I have a promise to them. Showing you the Most High is the power of His word, okay, and that He's all righteous.
That's right.
How much of these people could say that, man? That they kept every promise that they ever made? None of them. Because guess what? It's not, first of all, it's not in your power. You could be righteous. You could be a righteous man too. And he might not be able to fulfill his promise because this is not in our power. The ways of man. So if you could get that real quick. All right? Okay, go ahead, bro.
The Lord, Lord,
Hold on.
they have killed.
About this. Go ahead.
Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down their altars. I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what sent the answer of the Most High unto him.
Yeah.
I have reserved to myself 7,000 men
Yeah.
who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
The Lord always had a particular amount of men that would not bow the knee.
Right.
All right? That would not fall for the wickedness of this the system of that time, man. That would not follow the evil decrees that is against the Most High. Just like we're not going to take the mark that they're getting ready to implement. All right? We're willing to die to take that mark. You see what I'm saying to you? It's the same mindset that the elect had back then. And the Lord still has those people on the earth now. So Esau's going to lose. There's no way Esau can turn. He's trying to do away with the elect, but the elect is still here.
Right. Even so, at this present time also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
The election, the chosen. All right? That's all, real quick.
This is Isaiah 48 and 9. For my name's sake will I defer mine anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Because the Lord has a great name, you know. And when He says something, you know it's going to come to pass because His name is.
That's right.
All right. Hold on. You have something? Hold on. Go ahead. No. Go ahead, Zabak.
Numbers 23 and 19. The Most High is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Had he said, and shall he not do it? Or had he spoken, and shall he not make it good?
And that's why the Lord said. That's why the Lord said there is none good but the Father. All right. Because He's not in the stead of a man. Go ahead. All right. Go ahead.
Malachi 3 and verse 6. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Right, the sons of Jacob were not consumed, man. All right, the Israelites, man, which is us, we're not going to be consumed. All right, these are the nations that they're never going to be able to win over us, man. The Lord already set it up where we have the victory, man. Going back to the blessing. Matter of fact, go back to that blessing. Go back to that blessing in Genesis 25. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 49 and verse 16. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me.
That's it. All right, and the Lord said He's going to be like a flaming wall around Israel, man. Around us when we're in the kingdom, man. Meaning what? Meaning we're not going to, listen, we don't need no protection in that time, man. Our children are going to play with lions and wolves because they're going to have that spiritual power. All right? Just like everyone in the nation of Israel is going to have that spiritual power, man. Go ahead.
Isaiah 45 and 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
Right?
Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded.
Right.
World without end.
World without end means what? It's going to be a perpetual rulership. If you look at that word world, I believe that's eon, which means an age. There's going to be an everlasting rulership. Okay, this age is coming to an end. This rulership of these Edomites, this is coming to an end. All right, we're at the end of this age right now. Okay, but the new age is going to be our age, which is going to be eternal, man.
That's right.
Well, we're going to have the rulership over these devils. Okay, go ahead.
Daniel 2 and 44. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
Right.
And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and shall stand forever.
It shall stand forever, man. So our kingdom's going to stand forever through the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right? Read that real quick.
This is Genesis 4:27 and verse 28. Therefore Yahweh will give thee of the dew of heaven,
right,
and the fatness of the earth.
This is what, meaning what? The whole entire earth. The chief place of the earth. Okay? In order for you to get the chiefest places, you have to have control of all of it. Right? So that's what it means. So ultimately, Esau got this blessing too. And he's living that out right now. But with his blessing, he's destroying the earth. With our blessing, we're going to build up the earth and turn it back to the Garden of Eden, man. Go ahead.
And plenty of corn and wine. And let people serve thee. And nations bow down to thee.
All these other nations are going to bow down to us, man. They're going to bow down to the Israelites, man. All right? Starting with Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Be Lord over thy brethren,
right,
and let thy mother's children, so like your mother's sons, bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee,
right,
and blessed be he that blesseth thee.
Right, and it says Esau's up there as witches and magi are cursing us daily. Right? Before the Most High. Okay? So Esau's a cursed seed. Alright? Right?
Second Ezra 7:43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
Right.
And the begin.
Well, this place is going to go up bitterly. It's going to be a very eerie time that's coming on the earth. Right. Right? The famine, okay? The civil wars that's going to break out amongst people.
That's right.
Kicking in people's door looking for food.
That's right.
All right? The World War III, which is going to make a lot of men, it's going to take a lot of men out. All right? Pretty much if they go to World War III, they're not coming back.
That's right.
All right? That's the prophecies, man. See? So we're coming to a very eerie time.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
And the beginning of the immortality to come,
That's it. Meaning what? We're going to be changed. Go ahead.
wherein corruption is past.
That's it. Right. Right. That's it. Go ahead. So I can go ahead that what I asked for. Yeah. Bring that out.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 2 and verse 5.
Yeah.
For I said, the Lord will be unto her a wall of fire round about,
Yeah.
and will be the glory in the midst of her.
Right. Right. Meaning what? The Lord is going to be protecting us, man. All right. See? Listen. No one is going to be able to come against the Israelites ever again. Man.
That's
no
right.
one's going to even speak against us ever. Even speaking against us could have them go into a famine, man. All right. Go ahead, man.
Wow.
Numbers 23 and 8. How shall I curse
Yep.
whom the Most High had not cursed?
Right, right. That's when Balak was trying to curse Israel through Balaam, and he said, "Listen, you can't curse who the Most High had not cursed, man." Go ahead.
Or how shall I defy whom the Lord had not defied?
Right.
For from the top of the rocks I see him,
Right.
and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations.
Right. Meaning what? We're going to be the only ones there. There ain't going to be no Hamlets in the midst. We're going to be the only nation that's going to be ruling over on that side. That's right. You see what I'm saying? And any other nation that's within the gates, they're going to be serving. They're not just going to be, you're not going to have no crib and just chilling there with a house and land. No, they're going to be serving. Go ahead.
Who can count the dust of Jacob, and the number of the firstborn of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his.
See, he was wishing that he could be an Israelite. All right? He was wishing he could be like us, man. See, even Esau wishes he could be us right now. All right? See, a lot of that hatred is jealousy, man. That these Edomites show. A lot of that shit is envy. Who? Okay. All right, shalom. Okay, shalom. He's coming. Shalom, my brother. Shalom, my good brother. Shalom, bro. All right? Go ahead, bring it on now.
Oh, shalom, brother.
This is Genesis 27 and verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob
Right.
because of the blessing
Yeah.
wherewith his father blessed him.
Right, so that's spiritual. That hatred was a spiritual hatred that passed
right.
down to his seeds.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Right, and Esau still has that mentality now. Okay, he has that Cain mentality now. All right, that's why the police, especially in America, they love to shoot Jake. They love that. They love to say, "Oh, he had a gun," because they like it. They actually, it's something that they like. They're bloodthirsty, man. See, because to pull the trigger, you got to think like, "Yo, this is gonna be a death on my conscience," right? Esau doesn't feel like that. These Edomites and so-called white people, they like that. Remember, there was this sheriff. He was bragging about killing so-called black people. There's not just him. There's a lot of them that do that because they have the spirit of Cain in them, the spirit of Esau, Edom. Read that again real quick. Read that again real quick.
Genesis 27 and verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob
Yep.
because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Right, because Esau and the spirit, they know we have a blessing. They know there's something about our spirit that he can't emulate. Go ahead.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Right. See, and this is why when Jacob saw him again with his family, Jacob said, "Okay, we got to move with wisdom." All right. That's why he's like, "Oh, he came to him, oh my Lord," and this and that, because he had to move with guile. Because he understands that this man is a demon and he's bloodthirsty, man. All right? It's the same way you got to deal with the police now, man. Listen, if the police pull you over, you got to deal with them correctly, man. All right? Matter of fact, have your license and your registration ready.
That's right.
Okay? Okay, officer, here you go, officer, so on and so forth. Man. That's not, first of all, that's called using wisdom, man. That's called, and a lot of jakes don't use wisdom. They get emotional, man. No, I ain't rolling up the window. What? You're a dummy. You should have rolled up. Listen, bro, they got the power, man. Okay? The scripture says, wait ye upon me until I rise up to the prey. The Lord is going to take these devils down, man.
That's right.
Until then, you got to abide by the rules. Get me Romans 13 chapter.
That's right.
All right? As long as it doesn't go against the Heavenly Father. Okay? Go ahead.
Matthew 5 and 25 agree with
See,
that.
us coming in this truth, we know how to move in all manners, man. In all facets, man. The Lord said that when a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Man. All right? So even our enemies are at peace with us, man.
That's right.
Okay? To some extent. Go ahead.
Matthew 5 and 25 agree with thine enemies quickly.
Agree with that adversary. Read that again.
Agree with thine adversary quickly.
And that's what Paul did when he was in front of Agrippa. Okay? He agreed with him. He said, listen, I wish that you were even like me, except minus the chains. That was called using guile and wisdom.
That's right.
He saw the condition that he was in. He's like, oh, you believe in the prophets, don't you? But he knew this devil didn't believe in the prophets, man. Okay, but they were acting like because he was up the line of Herodian, I believe. All right, and they were acting like they were part of that royal line of Judah, of Israel. Okay, so they were portraying themselves to be kings of Israel. So shouldn't the king of Israel believe in the scriptures? So he said, listen, no, don't you? No, you believe in the prophets, don't you? God.
Matthew 5 and 25 agreeing with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him.
Right.
Lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge.
Right. So let's say the police pull you over, right? If you're acting aggressive, oh, why you pull me over there? Let's say if it was an injustice, right? It doesn't matter. You gotta move in a way that they have the power. Okay? You gotta be like, okay, I'm gonna give you what you need, license, and you move on, man. All right? Because at the end of the day, their rulership is not forever. They're coming to an end.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And the judge delivered thee to the office. And thou be cast into prison.
That's why Paul said, I caught you with guile. If you use guile in righteousness, now guile is in deception, but in righteousness, like the brother said, no certain situation.
Well, it is deception. You can use this, and you can use that because what is guile? Guile is deceit.
Right, but I'm speaking for a brother towards a brother. You're not going to use guile to deceive a brother, but if you perceive that, or for instance, okay, that intention, the brother, you come in the truth, you're going to use guile. You might throw a bone, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so you can use that guile into a certain situation.
Wasn't Jacob the supplanter?
That's right.
Even when he met up with Esau the second time, he called him my Lord. You know, he put him on the pedestal. You know, just to be at peace, because Esau was coming to kill him. You see, so you have to agree with that adversary quickly, man.
This is Ecclesiasticus 9 and verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life present.
That's it. You ain't no faults. You gotta watch how you move. You gotta move in a very particular way. All right? You see what I'm saying? Because they have the power of life and death. You see? In the sense of they have to always say the bear not the sword and pain. All right, but hold on. Where's Romans 13? Start up from the top.
This is Romans 13 and verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. For there is no power but of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai.
Right.
The powers that are be are ordained of the Most High.
Yep.
Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of
Now,
the
when
Most
it says
High.
the power that be, it means the rulership. Okay? Because the Lord sets up who he wants the rulership for the particular time. Right? Esau's set up right now. They're the lowest of all nations, but they're set up right now on the top because what? The Lord needed that for the movie's sake, for the prophecy's sake. Daniel's 4.
Daniel 4 and 17.
Go ahead.
It says, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man,
The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. Go ahead.
and giveth it to whomsoever he will."
And he gives it in the hands of whoever he wants. Get Job 9 and 24 just real quick. Jump on that real quick. All right? Read that again.
From the top?
Yeah.
Daniel 4 and 17, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones,
It's good.
to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men,
Yeah.
and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set it up over it the basis of man."
He set up over the basis of men, the lowest of all men, which are these Edomites, man. You know that there's a time these so-called white people, these Edomites, going to have a language, man? Do you know that, man? All right? That when they wrote about them, the so-called Neanderthals, which it wasn't that long ago, that whole concept of how they were acting, when they were acting like that, all right? And when the Arab leaders used to go meet them, they used to wear their clothes to like disintegrate, man. They used to see their wives used to be sitting behind them in the meeting and picking out things out of their crotch, man. So they were living like actual animals. But then they got up in power and they're calling you monkeys. Can you believe that? Well, Job 30.
Yeah. Job 30.
Hold on.
This is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. "The earth is given into the hand of the
See,
wicked."
the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. All right? See the Edomites. Go ahead.
"He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?"
There we go. All right? Go ahead, bro. Bring it
Job
up.
30 and 1.
Yeah.
"But now they that are younger than I have me in derision,
Yeah, they that are younger than I, meaning what? They that are lower than me. When you say someone that's younger than you, that's what it means. Okay? Yeah, right. Go ahead.
whose fathers I would have disdained to set with the dogs of my flock."
Right, whose forefather I wouldn't even have allowed to sit with to lay with where my dogs are at, man. Go ahead.
"Yeah, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me,
Keep reading.
in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, in former times desolate and waste,
Yeah.
who cut up mallows by the bushes
Yeah.
and juniper roots for their meat.
Right.
They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after thee."
Right, and that happened in the so-called Dark Ages, man. These Edomites were driven forth, right? You speak about the Khazarian Empire, they were driven forth from every nation that they went into. Because they knew these Edomites came with nothing but trouble. All right? They came with trouble, thievery, wickedness, all right? Vile acts. All right? Go ahead.
"To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the
Right,
rocks."
the caves, right? Because that's what these Edomites like. That's why you see these big buildings. This is likened unto Petra. This is likened unto Mount Seir, man. All right, the whole structure. Because when you look at Mount Seir, it's nothing but it looks like a big skyscraper with a bunch of windows in it. They like this type of living. It is reminiscent of their pride, right? Their arrogance. Go ahead.
"Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettle they were gathered together.
Yeah.
They were children of fools."
Hold on. Amongst the bushes, they bray. What does it mean to bray? See, that's what horses do. All right, that's what horses do. They bray. Okay. You see? So they didn't have a language. Go ahead.
They were children
So
of
the
fools.
fact that their rulership is a miracle. This is a miracle, right? What?
They were children of fools. They are children of base men.
Yeah.
They were violent than the earth.
Right, they were lower than the earth. Okay? Go ahead.
And now I am selected. And now am I their song? Yeah, I am their byword.
Now am I their song? Now them same low people, they're talking against us. All right? Like they think they're better than us. These same low life that didn't even have a language back then. They were the ones who came from the caves, living like animals, man.
That's right.
You see? You see? But then our people with the greatest history on the earth,
right.
they were looking down on us, man. All right? See that? Go ahead.
They abhor me. They flee far from me. They spare not to spit in my face.
Right, see, right, that's it. Okay? That's it on that. All right? Go and get something. Yep.
This is Job 30 and 1 in the NLT.
Sir.
But now I am mocked by people younger than I, by young men whose fathers are not worthy to run with my sheepdogs. A lot of good there are to me who's worn out. Those worn out wretches. There are gone from poverty and hunger. They claw the dry ground and desolate wastelands. They pluck wild.
And that also represents being confusion. Okay, go ahead.
They pluck wild greens from among the bushes and eat from the roots of broom trees. They are driven from human society. And people.
This is what happened to the Edomites going back just a few hundred years ago. This is what they were doing. All right, they were, and we have the images of the wild, what they call the wild men. That was the Dark Ages. That really happened, right? You see the so-called black kings, all right, and you know what I'm saying, the warriors, right? And then you see the Edomites, the so-called white people, coming out of basically the forest, all right, and they're coming to attack the kingdom, man. But they're just like they look wild. You see? You understand? So this is what we're speaking about, man. The true history of these Edomites. And the fact the Lord put them in this position is a miracle, man. But they're about to be taken out of this position. Go ahead.
Verse 30 and 5 NLT, they are driven from human society, and people shout at them as they were thieves.
Yeah.
So now they live in frightening ravines and caves and among the rocks.
Well, that's where you get the word Caucasian from, right? That's going back to the Caucasus Mountains. Because that's where Esau likes to dwell. He likes the cave dwelling places. Like I said before, this is nothing more than reminiscent of the caves, the skyscrapers, things of this nature. It's reminiscent of the caves. Go ahead.
They sound like animals howling among the bushes.
They sound like animals howling amongst the bushes, man. So they weren't speaking a language. They just that's when you get a hooga booga thing. And Esau, if you let Esau tell them there was millions, 5 billion here, you know?
They sound like animals howling among the bushes,
right?
Holding them together beneath the needles.
Right.
They are nameless fools, outcasts from society. And now they mock me with vulgar songs. They taunt me.
All those nursery rhymes were racist songs for so-called black and also Native Americans as well. Okay, all them so-called nursery rhymes, right? All of them. They all go back to that. Okay, so they mock you with songs, right? Go ahead.
Says, and now they mock me with vulgar songs. They taunt me. They despise me and won't come near me, except to spit in my face.
So that's it. So in other words, you're looked down upon by those same low people. Okay? But like you were saying, these Edomites, they're the true low people. Right? And the Lord is going to bring them back to that level where it says they shall eat up the clods. Go ahead.
Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Right.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which does weaken the nation?
Right, and that's going into these elites, all right? You see, they're going to fall from the position that they're in, these Edomites. Okay? It starts with their elites, all right? And Lucifer means what? It means light bearer. That's all it means. It doesn't mean, it's not speaking about the spiritual being of Satan. Go ahead.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north.
Right.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Did he not ascend into the heights of the clouds? Did he not go into outer space? Right? With their space program? They were the only nation that was ready to do that. They're the ones that started that off. Okay? Go ahead.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the side of the pit.
Yes.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee,
Right.
and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Right, and they're going to look at you funny in the times to come. In the times to come, they're going to look at you, they're going to despise you. all these other nations. Okay? Every other nation is going to despise the Edomites in the time to come. Okay? Go ahead.
That did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness,
Right.
and destroyed the cities thereof.
Right, they destroyed the earth, okay? They hoard all the land to themselves, see? So these Edomites are going to have to pay for that.
That's right.
Go ahead.
That opened up the house of his prisoners. All the kings.
Well, what proves that is look at America, man. Jake is packed up in the prison system is crowded, okay? And that's by design, all right? I believe they have like, I don't know, like a large percentage of the world's population just in America. The world's prison population just in America. Okay? That's an agenda right there. That's some wickedness right there. All right? And you see Jake is most of those, I'll venture to say most of those Jakes, or at least a very good percentage, are innocent. All right? And even the ones that are not, is really for non-violent things. Weed, things that Esau made legal now. Showing you this man is the devil. Go ahead.
All the kings of the nation, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own home, house.
Yep.
But thou art cast.
What does that mean? The kingdoms of the nations lie in glory, everyone in his own house. That means all them other nations are going to get to dwell in their own land after a period of time and do their thing to some extent under our rulership. All right. But dealing with the Edomites? Go ahead.
But thou art cast out of thy grave.
But like, you Edomites, all right, that rule the earth right now, you're going to be cast out. Go ahead.
Like an abominable branch.
Right.
And as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword,
right,
that go down to the stones of the pit,
right,
as a carcass trodden under feet.
Right. You're gonna be despised. In other words, you're gonna be abhorred, you're gonna be despised. So the whole thing of abhorred not an Edomite doesn't apply to Esau. Okay, that goes into the Assyrians, right? Or Rome. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial,
right,
because thou hast destroyed thy land.
Right, exactly. So what does that mean? That means you're not going to get the same benefits as these other nations. Go ahead.
And slain thy people, the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, and they do not rise.
Read that again. Read that again.
Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
Slaughter for his children, all right, because everything is reincarnated. So really, they are their forefathers. They are their ancestors coming back, just like we are our ancestors coming back. Go ahead.
That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right. So So guess what? The Lord is going to judge their children, which is really Him judging them. Go ahead. Listen on that. Hold on. What Luke? Luke. Go ahead.
Luke 10:18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as a lightning fall from heaven.
Right, Satan as lightning, meaning what? The Edomites. That's dealing with the physical counterpart of Satan, which is the Edomites. What does the word Satan mean? It means adversary. Right. Who are they the adversaries of? They're the adversaries of us, right? The Israelites, and they're the adversaries of the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
And let's prove that our enemies are the Heavenly Father's enemies. Get Psalms 83, exactly. Psalms 83. What do you got there? Read Obadiah real quick. He's getting Psalms 83, but read Obadiah.
This is Obadiah 1 and verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame.
Right.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
Right.
And they shall kindle in them, and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
What does that mean? That's extermination right there.
That's right.
Right? The Lord is saying that in the kingdom, these Edomites eventually are going to be exterminated after we have them in slavery. All right? After they serve slavery, because we're going to put some real hell on them. They're going to remember everything they did. All right? It's going to be legendary. That's right. All right? And they're going to remember everything they did is going to come back to their memory. Even them let's say if they were lynching some so-called black men, they're going to remember it. We're going to torment them with that because they're going to know, and we might not put them to death right away. We might wait around, just give them a look and torment them. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, bring it on out.
Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him.
Right. So even well, I mean that's dealing with when Yahushua comes back, right? He's gonna put it, they're gonna remember that they pierced Yahushua. But let's deal with the fact that it Edomites in the kingdom. Okay? Was it on that? So most
Sapiens, effectively,
got something? Okay, bring it on out.
This is Nahum 3 and verse 6. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
Right, they're gonna be looking like, wow, look at the position these devils came from. You'd be like, yo, this is the Edomite. Don't think they're gonna be wearing suits and don't think they're gonna be wearing suits in the kingdom or t-shirt. No, they're gonna be wearing rags in the kingdom, man. Okay, they're gonna be looking very, very bad, very, very bad, malnourished, completely through. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Bring it on.
This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and verse 15. The Lord hath plucked up the roots of the proud nation,
Yes.
and planted the lowly in their place.
Right, when you pluck up the roots, that tree or that plant can't grow back. So if you leave the roots in, there's a possibility it can grow back. All right, but if you take out the roots, it can't grow back. So you Edomites are never going to come back into power again. This is the last time. Right? This is it. All right, this is the end. All right, you showed forth your wickedness in the earth. Now it's time for judgment. All right, so I can go ahead, bro.
This is Job 20 and verse 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet shall he perish forever, like his own dung.
That's it. So when did the Edomites' excellency rise up to the clouds? Because vocab's saying that they've done away with it. When did their excellency rise up to the clouds? If they're not the Greeks, the Romans, when did their excellency rise up to the clouds? Huh? Because Esau wasn't no prominent ruler going before that time. He didn't rule nothing. All right? So his excellency did rise up to the clouds because he's ruling now. Okay, he was ruling as the Greeks, he was ruling as the Romans, and then we were ruling for 1,000 years during the Dark Ages, Byzantine Empire, and then he came back into power in the Renaissance period. And now he's back, he's still in rulership. So guess what? He's exalted to the clouds right now. All right? So vocab, you lose. Go ahead.
Yet shall he perish forever, like his own dung.
All right.
They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found.
Right. Woo. Well, why is he going to not be found? Why is he going to... when you wake up from a dream and you don't remember it, you're not going to get it back. All right? You're not going to remember it again. All right? It's gone. It's like the dream is not there anymore, right? This is what's going to happen to these Edomites, man. They're going to perish away forever. Okay? You're not going to find an Edomite. It's going to be like a myth. Go ahead.
Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
That's it.
The eye also which saw him shall see him no more.
Yeah.
Neither shall his place any more behold him.
That's it. All right? Meaning what? The land of Edom, that's going to be given to Judah. The prophecy tells you that. We're going to take the land of Edom, man. Right. He's not going to need a land. All right? Edom first going into the kingdom. He's not going to need a land. They're going to be dispersed amongst the nations as slaves, man. Right. What, bro?
It's the book of Amos, chapter 9, and verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and will build it as in the days of old.
That's it.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom,
yes,
and all the heathen which are called by my name,
Right.
said the Lord.
So we're going to possess the land of Edom, and we're going to possess all of the Edomites and the heathen. All right? What does it mean to possess? Look up the word possess in the Webster Dictionary. When you guys look at it, just look up the word possess. Well, you can read, you can look it up first, or read the precept first. Read the precept first.
This is Numbers 24 and verse 18.
Yeah.
And Edom shall be a possession. Edom also shall be a possession for his enemies.
We're going to possess these devils, man. And we're going to possess the rest of these nations, man. That's the prophecy, man. What does it mean to possess? Well, we're going to look up what it means to possess it. Okay? Doesn't mean they can do what they want. It means we're going to possess them. We're going to own them. Like how you own a pair of shoes, we're going to own these Edomites and these other nations, man. Go ahead, man.
That's that because when King David said Edom shall be a possession, and that boy was going to cast the shoe,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So like,
Go ahead.
Back to Numbers 24 and verse 19. And out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when he looked at Amalek, he took up the parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perishes forever.
Right, Amalek. We saw some Amalekites walking before. Man, Amalek is them small hat people. They run everything. And now it's coming out, now they're being exposed. Okay? You see that they run everything. Somehow that's wicked to say. All right? But at the end of the day, don't worry. No one's going to say that anymore because you're not going to run anything. You're not going to run anything. All right? You're going to be at the bottom. Read that again about Amalek. And that's the Spirit of the Lord right there.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, much.
Numbers 24 and verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek,
He looked on Amalek, the Amalekites. Go ahead. Who run the earth right now. Go ahead.
he took up his parable and said, Amalek was first of the nations.
Amalek ran everything. They were the first of the nations. Go ahead. This time. Go ahead.
But his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
But at the end of the day, they're going to perish forever. All right? Call hallelujah. All praises to God. All right? And them Amalekites are super deceptive, man. There's one person said they'll strike you and cry out. That's Amalek, man. That's how Amalek gets down, man.
That's right.
That's why they're building that propaganda right now. And it's not going to work. They're not going to win.
That's right.
The Lord is going to win, man.
That's right.
The Lord is going to set up the truth, man, in the earth, man. Go ahead, man.
This is the book of Job, chapter 18 and verse 16. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off.
That's it.
His remembrance shall perish from the earth.
That's it.
He shall have no name in the streets.
Listen, man, you ain't going to have a name, and then eventually the Lord's going to do away with you. Go ahead.
He shall be driven from light into darkness,
That's it.
and chased out of the world.
That's it.
He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings.
That's called getting rid of, cutting off a line. That's what the Lord is going to do. The Heavenly Father is going to do.
That's right.
Okay? He said, he prophesied it. Right? It's all in the Torah, the Tanakh. All right?
That's right.
Right? Because the Bible's nothing but the English translation of the Torah and the Tanakh. All right? It tells you what's going to happen to Amalek, man. Okay? Go ahead, man. Read it right now.
Nahum 1 and 9. What do ye imagine against the Lord? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time.
Listen, we're not going into slavery a second time, man.
Right.
All right? These Edomites ain't rising up a second time. If these Edomites rise up, it's not good for Israel, right? Because guess what? The Israelites, the saying goes, a white man's heaven is a black man's hell. All right? And a black man's heaven is a white man's hell, too. All right? So-called. Because we're not black, they're not white. Just so-called. We're just opposing forces. Right. Just like in the womb. What was happening in the womb with Jacob and Esau, man? They were fighting, man. All right? And you know Esau started it.
I got the definition.
Okay, go bring it on up.
To possess, it says to have and hold as property.
To have what? Having what?
To hold as property.
You gotta do it like the elders. Excuse me? Shalom, much love. Much love. Read that again.
To possess, to have, and hold as property.
Excuse me? I like that for the elders. Go ahead. Read it again.
To have and hold as property. Own.
To own. To own. No, let's finish it off. Let's finish it. You have to jump. Okay, bring it up.
Psalms 18 and verse 40. Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me.
Right, that I might destroy them that hate me, man. Okay? And the scriptures speak about those that hate us. And those are if you hate us, you hate the Most High. Because we are the sons of God. See, this is what Esau don't get. Right? They didn't just touch anybody, man. They touched the sons of God.
Right.
Go ahead.
Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies,
Right?
that I might destroy them that hate me.
That's it. All right? Psalms 83. That's right, brother. That's right, brother. Get Psalms 83, bro. All right? Go ahead.
It says here to seize and take control of, take into one's possession.
Right, we're gonna take control of them. All right, right? Like when you're dealing with a woman, right? You're supposed to be taking control of them. Right?
That's right.
And if you're not, it's not a fun time. All right? If you're trying to control you and subdue you, no. You're supposed to subdue her. Okay. And guess what? They like that. Go ahead, man.
It says here to enter into and control firmly.
Control
dominate.
firmly. You're supposed to control firmly too. All right? No, you're supposed to be our man. Be our man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
It says dominate.
Dominate. We're going to dominate the Edomites. We'll dominate the other nations. All right? Go ahead.
To bring or cause to fall under the influence, domination, or control of some emotional or intellectual obsolete that instate as owner. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, that's it on that? Beautiful. All right? So it's about what? Control, domination. All right? We're gonna have that power. All right? Go ahead. So, go ahead.
This is
By the way, when you don't.
This is Isaiah 14:2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Right, shall dominate them, shall take control of them, all right, shall own them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Go ahead.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
So we're going to take you Edomites captive. It's not that complicated, man. The prophecies are actually pretty simple when you break it down. And you go precept upon precept, as it says. We're going to take these Edomites captive along with these other nations. They're going to get punished for what they did to us, man. It's not complicated, man. It's very simple. And it's justice.
That's right.
All right? Go ahead.
Whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Right. Shall rule over the colonizers. As it says in Wakanda. Go ahead, man. What? And that's it. So the colonizer chair, he said, oh, brother, who's it? Brother, I want soon. No.
This is Psalms 18 and verse 43. Thou hast delivered me from the strivings of the people, and thou hast made me the head of the heathen.
Thou hast made me the head of the heathen. Meaning what? We're going to be on top. See, right now, we're at the tail. We're at the bottom right now. But the Lord said he's going to make us the head. All right? Matter of fact, get me Deuteronomy 37. Okay? And you can go ahead and get Deuteronomy 28, dealing with the fact that the nations is the stranger that is above them. Okay? Go ahead. Read that again.
Thou hast delivered me from the strivings of the people,
Yeah?
and thou hast made me the head of the heathen.
Right?
A people whom I have not known shall serve me. As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me.
Right. They shall obey me. All right? And that shows you that, by the way, the woman is supposed to obey the man. Because it's not the woman, it's not the man the head of the woman. When you're the head of something, that means you're supposed to be in control. So that means you're supposed to obey her. Because I don't obey him as long as he follows that. No, you obey him. All right? But you see, this world is all upside down because of this damn devil. And Esau's an effeminate man. All right? He's not a real ruler. Okay? Go ahead, man.
The strangers shall submit themselves unto me.
Right, they're gonna submit. Right? Moab, Esau, all right, Ham. They're gonna submit themselves, man. All right? And there's nothing that they're gonna be able to do about it. See, now they have their time to laugh and play games, and this is the time they have now, right? But this earth is quickly coming to a halt.
That's right.
Right? And a new sheriff is about to be in town. Right. So how shine upon Chicago. All right? Bring it on up.
Revelation 2:26. And he that
These
overcometh.
Edomites know in the spirit something's coming. Right? They know in the spirit. All right, we don't gotta tell them. We read it, it just kind of confirms it in their mind. You know they want. Oh, that's the spirit. That is the spirit.
Boy, Revelation 2:26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end,
Yeah.
to him will I give power over the
We're
nations.
gonna have power over these other nations, man. Starting with the Edomites, man. All right. And we're not gonna be nice with them. The scriptures speak about we're gonna give them double. Give me that.
I got it.
All right, yo, we'll bring it on out. If you got it, you get it. One more.
No, I got it.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
What does a rod of iron represent? That represents a harsh rulership. That represents tyranny. Okay? We're not going to be playing with these Edomites and these other nations, man. All right? When it's time for payback, you did all this wickedness. You didn't show no mercy. And we got to think and show mercy. Are you kidding? Are you joking? Is that supposed to be a joke? Well, get me that. There should be no mercy shown. Bring that out, bro.
Revelation 18:6. Reward her, even as she reward you,
Yep.
and double unto
Reward
her,
her even as she rewarded you. So we're going to reward these Edomites as they rewarded us. Go ahead.
and double unto her.
Double. What's double? 2x, right? Go ahead.
Double according to her works.
That's it.
In the cup which she had filled to her double.
Okay, bring it on out. We're gonna fill that cup to a double, and there's another scripture that says they're gonna drink down the dregs. Right, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 49 and verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup.
Right, the nation of Israel. We were not supposed to drink of the cup. We were supposed to follow the Most High and do what He said, and then be ruling over all these other nations. Go ahead.
Have assuredly drunk it.
Well, we drank that cup of slavery, of oppression, of all these different things, right? Even going back to the time in Egypt, right? And after that, right? The time of the Babylonians, the Persians, okay, so on and so forth, man. Go ahead.
And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
You Edomites are not going to go unpunished, man. You're going to drink that same cup. All right? That's prophetic. Okay?
Right, this is Lamentation, chapter 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Right, this cup of oppression is going to pass through unto these Edomites, man. Where's Deuteronomy 30 and 7? It's going to pass right on to them. They're going to drink it all down. What?
Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked.
That's it, which represents what? What does it mean when it says they shall make themselves naked? What does it represent, brother? Well, it says they shall make themselves naked. What does it represent? Making themselves naked. Being naked. What does it represent, being naked?
Like in a low level, you know, like.
Well, there's a one word you can use. Shame.
Shame. Okay, yeah.
That's it.
Shame.
That's it. Go ahead, cover that. Go ahead.
This is Psalm 75 and verse 8. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and He poured out of the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall bring them out and drink them.
Bring them out, man. All right? You're gonna get every last drop. All right? If there's some of that great residue, you'll get a spoon. Get it all together. You don't have to go eat it, man. All right? Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
You have something? You have to emergency. Bring it on out.
This is Jeremiah 25 and verse 15. For thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashim the power of Israel unto me. Take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it.
Right. All these other nations are going to drink it out. In other words, they're going to feel those curses. Go ahead.
Sure.
And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them.
That's it. All right. The sword represents what? Destruction. Right? You put to death. Okay. Go ahead.
Then took I the cup of the Lord's hand and made all the nations to drink unto whom the Lord has sent me. 21. Edom and Moab and the children of Ammon.
Right.
Verse 27. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, and spew and fall and rise no more because of the sword which I will send among you.
That's it. They're not gonna rise anymore, man. All right. They had their time to rule, and we're at the end of that. Okay. That's why it says they're gonna get plucked up by the roots, man. Go ahead.
And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thine hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts,
ye shall certainly drink.
Right. They're gonna be forced to drink. Okay, they're gonna be forced to go through that process, man. Those curses. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Psalms 18 and verse 38, I have wounded them that they were not able to rise.
That's it.
They are fallen under my feet.
Well, it said that the serpent would bruise his heel, bruise
Yeah.
our heel, and he would bruise his head. How you can see this? All right. It said that the serpent that we would bruise his head, meaning what? To crush his head, meaning he's not going to come back up. That's why I said you're going to get a wound that you're not going to be able to cure. All right. When the Lord takes these Edomites down, that's it. They're not rising back up, man. That's it. Go ahead, bro.
Deuteronomy 28 and 13. And the Lord shall make thee the head, and not the tail. And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath.
That's it. That's it. So in other words, he's going to change this position that we're in. Okay? He's going to put us over our enemies. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies.
Woo! And who's the main enemy? These Edomites, man. Okay? The so-called white people, the Edomites, man. And then you got the rest of the nations, man. All right? Moabites, so-called Chinese, so-called Arabs, so on and so forth. Well, matter of fact, you know what I want?
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Right.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Right. Do not these Edomites hate you? Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
Yeah.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Huh?
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation,
Yep.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, that's what these Edomites did. Okay? They try to first of all, they try to make us lose the fact that we were Israelites. When we came over here, if you look at the database, I just did that yesterday actually, all those names, you can look up, all those names are Hebrew for the most part. Okay? They got Yah in the name, Yah this, Yah that.
Yeah.
Alright? I looked at the slave data, I looked at the database, they had Hebrew names, man. Okay? See what I'm saying? So what did they do? They beat the fact that we were Israelites out of us, and they try to make that name no more remembrance amongst us. And then they themselves stole our identity, or tried to. Okay, go ahead.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Yep.
They are confederate against thee.
Yep.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Who was the first one that was mentioned? The Edomites. Edom. Okay? Idawam. Idumea. Okay? Which is who today? The so-called white people. They're Edomites, man. Go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites
And the Ishmaelites, those are the so-called Arabs. Go ahead.
of Moab.
Moab, the so-called Chinese. Go ahead.
And the Hagarenes.
Uh-huh.
Gabal.
Yep.
And Ammon.
Uh-huh.
And Amalek.
And Amalek, which that's Edomites again. But that's the head family of the Edomites, which are these so-called small hats. That's why they own everything. Because really what they're doing is they're hoarding the blessing from the rest of their brethren. They hoarded the blessing, and you know what they did? They gave you the concept of white. That's what they did. That's why the other Edomites were so mad against Amalek, because they hoarded all the real resources to themselves, and they gave you whiteness so that you could get, like, you know, better jobs, and you could get loans and things like that. But really, at the end of the day, it's not the full blessing. You understand? Which they themselves, they have both. Okay? Go ahead, man.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Yep.
Tyre.
Yep.
Ashur also enjoyed with them.
Sure as those Assyrians. So it's the Lord is saying that these are your enemies. So clearly our people, we have enemies.
Sure.
But the way our people move around the earth is like they don't got enemies. They're moving like everyone's our friend. Everyone's they're okay. Right? Just love, love, love. But these people don't show you no love. Alright?
That's right.
They don't show you no love. Prove me wrong. Go try to marry one of these other nations' daughters and see what the family has to say about it, man. If they love you so much. These other nations don't love you, man. Okay? These are your enemies, man. You got something else? Bring it on out.
Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies.
Right.
And on them that hate thee.
So he's going to take the curses off of us and put them on our enemies. Go ahead.
Yeah. On them which persecute thee.
Yep. Yep. Go ahead. Okay, and then that curse can be okay. Go ahead. That's all? No? I'll read on out.
This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her to take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
Right, let me do all the third chapter. Let me do all the third chapter. All right, we'll read that.
Amos chapter 1 and verse 11. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
Right, meaning you're going to get punished. Go ahead.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword,
Right.
and did cast off all pity,
Right.
and his anger did tear perpetually.
Yeah, he pursued his brother with the sword. Who's his brother? Where's his brother? Okay? They pursued us with the sword. Well, get me Obadiah 1 and 10. Okay? Meaning what? They were doing a lot of killing, a lot of murder to our people. Right? Go ahead.
And he kept his wrath forever.
Yep. That's it. You want to read that Obadiah 1 and 10?
Obadiah 1 and verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
Have not these Edomites, all they showed you was violence. Since you met these devils. All they showed you was violence. That's all they know how to do is violence. Alright? Okay? They're over there in Haiti right now doing violence. They're not over there doing peace. They're not there showing peace. They're showing violence in Haiti right now. And the Haitian people don't want them there. Okay? They're saying, no, get out of there, man. Well, Esau, no, because they got the guns. Right? But then at the same time, he'll be murdering people and stealing resources, and he'll paint himself like a hero, man. According to his news state, you'll think they're going over there to bring life. But they're really going over there to murder, to bring death. Get me on John 10 and 10.
Obadiah 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Right, and Esau eventually is going to be cut off forever. Okay? Eventually these Edomites are going to be done away with after they serve their punishment. Alright? Because they were hoping there was no punishment for what they did. You understand? They were banking that the Most High didn't exist. That's why they keep pushing this evolution. And just because you bring up a lie, it doesn't make it it's the truth. Just because you push it in the media so hard, it doesn't mean it's the truth. Well, the universities teach that. We don't care what the universities do. Okay? It's not the truth. Well, bring that up.
John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy.
Right, the colonizer. Okay, he cometh not but for to what? To steal. Right, read that again.
The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy.
Right, he cometh not but to what? To steal, to kill, and to destroy, man. That's what Esau's about. Right, when he goes somewhere, and they showed you truth in that movie. They showed you some truth about how Esau, even the movie The Avatar, that was based, obviously that's a basis on the Native Americans. What do the Edomites go there to do? They go there to steal, to kill, and to destroy. The same thing they do in real life. But they paint themselves as like if they're good, they're coming to help. You know? And that's what gets you mad, because there's nothing but a bunch of hypocrisy.
That's right.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32.
And we're going to read that again. We'll read that again. We'll read it 2 more other times.
Isaiah 32 and 5. The foul person shall be no more called liberal.
Right, the vile person is no more going to be called liberal. That word is for rock, blessed. Alright? They're not going to be reverenced anymore. Okay? When they're over their media control and all that, they can paint themselves as these good people. Like really, the people are starting to learn the truth about these things. Right?
Nor the child said to be bountiful, for the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity.
Like Klaus Schwab and Yuval Noah. They're clearly villains, right? But that's the mindset of these Edomites, man. Go ahead.
And his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy.
Woo! And yo, this whole system is based upon hypocrisy, man. A bunch of hypocrites, man. Right? They put out a whole documentary about R. Kelly. But then Epstein, they'll sweep all that shit under the rug. Right? You got all kinds They were locking up. Joe Biden was the main one locking up you Jakes for having a small piece of crack rock, right? So they're trying to give you all kind of years for that. But then his son is smoking crack right now. All right? So what is that? That's hypocrisy, man. Read that again, man. And that's how these devils operate, man. And then they act like they didn't do nothing, man. But there's all kind of Jakes locked up for that right now. For 20 years, 30 years, life sentences. All right? But his son is smoking crack. The president of the United States, man. And he's not going to jail. And then they'll give you a different time of being locked up for cocaine versus crack cocaine, which is the same thing. It's just basically they call crack the poor man's coke. So what's that about? Because they understand that Edomites sniff coke, and Jakes, Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, they'll be doing the crack more often. But really nowadays, them Edomites is doing it at the same rate or higher. All right? That feels like Quebec, Montreal, Quebec. All kind of crackhead Edomites walking around the earth, man. Okay, go ahead, man.
It says here, for the vile person will speak villainy.
A lot of them homeless people you see here are crackheads. Okay? Go ahead.
For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
Well, that's it. They're all about hypocrisy. All right? And I just gave you some examples of how the society is built on hypocrisy. Okay? That's the most important.
Job 15 and 34, for the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery.
Right, because Esau's going around policing the earth about, oh, why don't you do this and do that? But he's not even taking care of his own at home. All right? He's not even taking care of things at home. LA is a damn, looks like a third world country, all kind of homeless people walking around. But you're going around policing this and that. And then you're giving billions of dollars to Ukraine. How does that make sense? Show you these Edomites are not, it shouldn't be in a You're giving billions of dollars, but that could get rid of the whole LA, not just LA, really, that could get rid of the whole United States homeless problem. But no, they're going to ship off billions of dollars to Ukraine. But then at home, they don't have no money. Oh, y'all broke. You know what I'm saying? Broke. See that? Go ahead, man.
Sirach 36 and 26. Who will trust the thief well appointed, that's skipping from city to city? So who will believe a man that has no house and lodges wheresoever the night taketh him?
Right, that's these Edomites, man. They just keep running. They just keep going from place to place, man. All right? They're everywhere except for their actual house, which is Mount Seir. Okay? Bring that out.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home.
See, these Edomites don't keep at home. That's how they got this land. They don't keep at home. They're always going into next to other people's territory and taking it over. You know, sucking out the natural resources. That's what they do. They colonize it. Right?
Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
They're as death, man. Everywhere they go, death increases, man. Go ahead.
And cannot be satisfied.
Right. They can't, and they're not going to stop. Even after these elites and these devils, they get everything they, you know, which they're not going to get that. The Lord's going to put an end to that. They're still not going to stop it. They're going to go to the point, oh, you know what, we don't even want to give you no insects. You know, you're just going to have an IV tube to keep you alive and work. I mean, these devils, they're insatiable like that. Go ahead.
And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Right. That's it. Okay. Go ahead.
This is they who flee of the 19. There is no healing of that bruise. Thy wound is grievous. All that hear the fruit of thee shall clap their hands over thee. For upon whom not that wickedness has continually.
Right, well, which shows that he's the border of wickedness. It shows he's the wicked. Because everywhere he goes, that wickedness passes over them. Because they come to bring wickedness to the earth. They don't come to bring righteousness. All right, when they come, the pollution increases. They're teaching them how to do it their way. All right, feminism increases. All right, alphabet society increases. Divorces increase. All right, single parent households increase. Thieves, murder, everything, man. Violence, terrorist acts, everything increases when these devils are there, man. You see, before when you went to Libya, they actually had a proper, Gaddafi had a proper setup for them people, man. Yeah. Right? You got married, you got like 20K. Yeah. Imagine you get married now. Oh shit, we go grab some wives right now. Get 20K just off the rip. Then you got free, free schooling and all kind of things.
Free gas. Huh? Free gas, no?
I don't remember. But I don't remember. I doubt that. But whatever. I don't know. But at the end of the day, you had a lot of good setups that was there. Yeah. But then when Esau came, that turned to a damn third world country. Go ahead. That's all.
Yeah. 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
Right. He's coming like he's the enemy speaking sweetly with his lips. Right?
That's right.
You see? So he comes like he's coming to do you good, but he's really coming with guile and deceit and wickedness.
That's right.
In his heart, man. All right? Matter of fact, give me that. Where they draw swords. Give me that. What you got, bro?
Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings,
right,
injuries, and riches got by deceit.
Is that not how these Edomites got their riches? Didn't they get everything they have by deceit and wickedness and violence?
That's right.
Nothing they got was righteous. Not one thing they could point and say, we got it by righteousness. By doing a regular deal and shaking hands and keeping our word. Not one.
That's right.
All right? It says that they made, hundreds of, I think over 300 treaties with the Native Americans and broke every single one of them. What kind of nation is that? Huh? That's a nation of covenant breakers, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, man.
This is Psalms.
We get a little bit more?
Yeah. The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right. Because of all that wickedness, the Lord is going to translate the kingdom from you to us.
That's right.
All right? For the Edomites to the Israelites. All right? Because he let you let favor be shown to the wicked. He gave you favor. He said, listen, go ahead and rule. Let me see what you do with the rulership. What have you done with it? You destroyed the earth. You polluted the earth. You destroyed the chosen people. Right? You destroyed your own people. You stole all of you sucked out the natural resources out of these countries. And then you practice hypocrisy.
That's right.
All right?
What? This is Isaiah 26 and 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness.
Right, even though favor was shown to him, he's not going to learn righteousness because we read it before, his spirit is not upright. Something's up with his spirit. The Lord gave him a crooked spirit.
Sure.
Right?
In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
Right, are they not in the land of uprightness? And they're doing all kind of manner of wickedness that you wouldn't believe in that land. All kind of manner of wickedness you wouldn't believe in that land, man.
Sure.
That's some else.
Yeah, this is the book of Psalms 55 and 20. He has put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his cup.
Were the Native Americans at peace with them? Then they come and try to help them and show them how to,
That's right.
to farm and all these different things? Right? Did we bother them on the you were bothering them? No, you didn't bother them. They came to bother us, man. Right? We didn't let our Plymouth Rock landed on us. Right?
He has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant.
Oh, we just spoke about that. Go ahead.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Right, so don't trust anything these Edomites. When they come on the TV, just take the juice. You got some juice for you. It's just to help you. You know you want to help you. And now all of a sudden there's all kind of sudden deaths happening all over the place. People, young people, blood clots. Well, what's up with that? What's up with that? Because he spoke sweetly with his lips. Go ahead.
It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
That's it. That's it, man. Okay? Right? Now you can, if you touch it, if you wear Adidas, you can catch heart attack. You know, it's linked to heart attack. Adidas, when soul is, you know? Right? So this is how these devils operate. It's by deceit. Yes or no?
This is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and verse 9. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Right, they're hateful. All right, meaning what? It makes you mad to even look at it. All right, to perceive it. Go ahead.
That's it on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's it.
Yeah. So I can go. Okay, so I can go. Read out. Yeah.
2 Ezra 11 and 41. For the earth hast thou not judged with truth, for thou hast afflicted the meek.
Yeah.
Thou hast hurt the peaceable.
Well, they inflicted the meek. Who's the meek? Our people, the Israelites.
That's right.
Okay, the meek shall inherit the earth. All right. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now we are the meek. All right. And he's afflicted the meek. Go ahead.
Thou hast hurt the peaceable.
You've hurt the peaceable.
Thou hast loved liars.
Go ahead.
And destroyed the dwelling of them that brought forth fruit.
Ooh, and did they not destroy the dwelling? Well, look at this earth. Look at Canada. Look at America. Look at everywhere these Edomites are at. They destroyed the dwelling of them that brought forth fruit.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm.
Right. But then they'll be crying victim. That's the new thing now. All right. They're the ones that did all this wickedness, but they cry victim. They strike and then cry out, man. Go ahead, man.
Therefore is thy wrongful dealings come up unto the highest.
And the Most High sees everything you're doing. That's why it says your wrongful dealings will come up to the highest. It has already went up to the highest.
Right.
He's already has records of what you've been doing. He just didn't judge you right away. But you're getting ready to be judged.
Right.
You're getting ready to have to pay for that. Go ahead.
And thy pride unto the mighty.
Right.
The highest also hath looked upon the proud times,
Yeah.
and behold, they are ended, his abominations are fulfilled.
That's it. Oh, well, now we're at the time of the end. We're at the time now where Esau's getting ready to be judged. Okay? What you got, bro?
This is Psalm 62 and verse 4. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth.
Right.
But they curse inwardly.
Right, so they'll come and talk to you like they mean the best for you, right? But they're really inside they're not for your best interest, man. Okay? And that's all throughout history how these Edomites operate. Even in recent history, this whole C-19 thing, the ones that got the juice, they're the ones getting fucked up.
That's right.
The ones that took the juice and put that thing in their arm, they're the ones getting messed up. They're the ones dropping sudden death. Oh, a 25-year-old dropped suddenly. Oh, a blood clot. He had all kind of blood. I don't know why. Right? I had someone recently in my family got it. They can't explain why. But then I started questioning because I knew exactly why. All right? I don't know. And then, you see? Go ahead. So these devils are about a lot of deceit, a bunch of lies. You can't trust anything they say, man. Go ahead.
This is First Maccabees 1 and verse 29. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit.
All was deceit. And who's that that came with that? Antiochus, right? The Edomite, man. Antiochus, the same nation that's ruling now. These people are not trustworthy, man. Go ahead, man.
Now, verse 30, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit.
Right.
For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city,
Right.
and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people of Israel.
That's it. All right. So ultimately, you see, okay? You see that it's all deceit, man.
Sure.
And everything these devils come with is you gotta look it up. You gotta check it out. You gotta research it. to make sure it's correct. Because they come with a lot of deceit, man. Go ahead.
Sirach 12 and 10, never trust thine enemy.
That's right.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his
Oh,
wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Right, so you're never supposed to trust your enemy, man. You're always supposed to be cognizant of that, man. You're always supposed to know, listen, this is the enemy. I got to really watch this guy, right?
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
Right.
Set him not
See,
by.
if our brothers, the Native Americans, would have took that knowledge in their mind, right, they would have never went into that situation. They would have never had smallpox. They would have never got that thing happen to them, because they would have been like, no, we got to make sure they stay off of the coast, man.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
Set him
Another
not.
question. I'm gonna. Give me 1 second. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Set him not by thee,
Yeah.
lest when he hath overthrown thee,
Yeah.
he stand up in thy place.
Right.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my word and be pricked therewith.
Right, so you got to remember these words, and you got to use these words to your advantage to move in the world. Okay? C'est quoi ton question? J'entends pas. T'es gêné? C'est ok, c'est ok, c'est ok. Oh, you need money to go to the metro. Your brothers have change, give a change. What $4 Non, je sais. C'est clair que t'es pas au place, j'ai allé de swag. On fait du jupe là, hein? T'as quel âge, toi? Non?
À cause de ça?
C'est plus qu'un groupe, c'est un national. Ton père, il vient d'où? D'en bas? Bahamas? Pourquoi tu parles français? Bahamas. Oh, parce que t'es là? Bahamas, that's Benjamin. Hein? T'as essayé ta mère comme ça? Ta mère, c'est l'hiver, toi, t'es le Benjamin. Non, c'est sûr que ton père aussi. Passer un mois sur anyways, it's like a real spoken private session. When you see the cops running, you're going to rebuke me in the name. Cop comes. I don't want to do it on camera. That cop was so demonic. Well, that's not that cop, brother. Our boss's face is like.
Sirach 12 and 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bit with the serpent, or any such as come nigh a wild beast?
That's it. Who's going to pity someone? Right, because if you're bitten by a serpent, that's your problem. All right? You're trying to pet a serpent that bites you. Yeah, how could you? Well, that's a serpent. Right? That's the same way we look at these Edomites. Right?
right.
You trust in the devil, and then you find out it was a lie. You should be, well, you should expect it.
That's right.
Okay? Right?
So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?
That's it. Good, bro.
Psalms 1:1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinner, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
That's it. That's exactly it. All right? We're in the way of the godly. We're not walking in the way of the ungodly. Right? Okay, we're walking contrary to this world, man. All right? People in this world, they're rolling with the wicked. Okay? They're flying with the wicked. They're doing whatever Esau puts on the TV. Hey, I agree with that. The alphabet agenda. Yeah, that's okay. That's good.
Charles
No,
Barkley.
we ain't with that shit. All right? That's against the Most High. That's against the Howard shot. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Listen on that.
Listen to that. Okay, go ahead. Bring it on now.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 2. I will also gather, start verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage,
And the
Israel.
scriptures tell you how he's going to plead. He's not going to beg, oh, please give my people. No, he's coming to make war. Okay? Matter of fact, give me that Revelation. Revelation, the 19th chapter, 16 and 19, or 19 and 19. Okay? He's coming to make war, man. He ain't coming to play with you, man. All right? Go ahead, bro.
This is Isaiah 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind,
Right?
to render his anger with fury,
Right?
and his rebuke with flames of fire.
He's coming with anger, man. He ain't coming to play games. He's coming with anger to bring judgment on these other nations.
That's right.
All right? He's coming to deliver the captive, man. Which is us. What?
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
That's how he's going to plead with you. He says he's going to plead with you. If you come to plead with a sword, it doesn't come to plead with a gun. Does that mean, what type of pleading is that? Right? Yeah, I'm going to negotiate, all right. And you do that, what does that mean? That's not a negotiation. Right? I'm going to persuade him. I'm going to persuade him to give me what I need to get. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know what kind of persuasion he's talking about. Right, but dealing can't refuse. Man. Go ahead, bro.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Right, that's it. And the Lord's going to put a lot of people to death because there's going to be a lot of people dead by the time he comes. But then he's going to put a lot more to death.
That's right.
He's just adding on to the fight.
That's right.
What?
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens, behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord Yahweh.
That's it. That's exactly it. So anyone who's consuming what the abominations, which goes back to the law, showing you you're supposed to keep the law, all right, is going to be destroyed. All right? Because to not eat abominable, that's easy. I mean, if you can't get over that thing, you're not a deal. All right? No,
You know, you're not here.
You're not a demon. If that's a demon you can't beat. How you gonna beat? Right? When you don't have no food, how you gonna beat that?
I had some grill.
Huh?
I had some grill.
It's a righteous man slip 7 times. Get it back up with the shrimp. Every time he smells the shrimp, every time he passes McDonald's, the demon jumps on him. You know? So the demon never left. The demon's been there the whole time. The demon jumped on the eye. You know? It makes no sense. That's an easy thing to over. That's like the first thing to learn is not to eat abominations.
Yeah.
Keep a beard on your face. Go ahead. One more verse. Go ahead.
Verse 18, for I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come to pass that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory.
That's it. They're going to come and see his glory, man. All right? They're going to see his glory. They're going to see when he comes to make war. Give me that. Give me that. Revelation 19.
This is Revelation 19 and verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true.
That's the Howard shot. Go ahead.
And in righteousness he does judge and make war.
He's coming to make war with these other nations, man. Started with the nation of Edom, won't forget, Isaiah the 64. Right? Right? Well, you almost got, you know what I mean? Because then if we would have hit him, why would you do that? No.
Chapter 13, it says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed with fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he shall smite the nations. And he shall rule them with the rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Yahweh. And he, out of his vesture and on his thigh are name written, King of Kings, Lord of Lords.
That's it, man. All right? So the Lord, he's coming with the anger of the Most High. And the Most High is going to put that same anger in these men. You get me that? Men officials? What you got?
Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is he that cometh from Edom with thy garments from Bozrah?
Right?
It is this, Salakia, this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Yep.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel?
Right. Why is the Lord going to be red in his apparel? It represents what? The blood of the people that he's putting to death. Okay? Go ahead.
And thy garments like him that treadeth the winefat. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiments. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeem is come.
That's it. The day of my vengeance is in my heart. The day of my redeem is come. You see what I'm saying? So ultimately, he's coming to redeem the elect, and he's coming to destroy the wicked.
That's right.
All right? So I don't know what all this love thing these Christians is talking about. Ain't gonna be no love when the Lord comes back. We just gonna be, even the elect's gonna be, I hope you don't destroy me. Go ahead. Listen on that.
Go back to Joel, chapter 3, Ezekiel 25 and 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people, Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord.
That's it. So they're gonna know the vengeance of the Lord, right? Because he's gonna put the anger and the vengeance upon his people. All right, and that's especially when we come down. That's specifically when we come down out of those chariots, right? Okay, New Jerusalem coming from those chariots. We're coming. The New Jerusalem is coming to set things in order. All right, that's when the true fun begins. Go ahead, bro. Oh, a little bit one there.
This is Jeremiah 16 and verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
All right, that's it. All right, so the hunters is going to hunt them, eat them elites in the bunkers. All right, in the mountains. All right, then we have to go to Giga. Okay, all these different things these elites are going to try to evade, but they're not going to be able to escape, man, because the elect is going to come down with those superpowers, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Ezekiel 25 and verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord power.
Right.
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 All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Amos 9 and 1. I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them. And I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them.
Right, that's the underground bunkers. All right, go ahead.
Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down.
Right, their little space hotels and their little retreats out in outer space. They're not gonna be. They're not gonna escape the hand of the Lord. What?
And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence.
Right.
And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them.
That's it. Leviathan. All right.
This is the book of Isaiah 49 and verse 24. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? But thus said the Lord, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contendeth with thee, and I will save thy children.
Well, we're the prey and they're the predator, right? But ultimately, the Lord is going to deliver the prey out of the hands of the predator. Okay, and really, the prey is going to become the predator. Okay, that's why he says every hand of the laborer shall be a plowman, but there's another one which says the reaper shall overtake, the plowman shall overtake the reaper. Okay,
And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with wine. And all flesh shall know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior, and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob.
see, the Lord's going to destroy these Edomites completely. All right, and he's going to set up the Israelites over all these other nations.
That's right. That's right.
Right? That's why the scripture says, "What the meek shall inherit the earth."
Revelation 6 and 14. And the heavens departed as a scroll when it was rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great man, and the rich man, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, who shall be able to stand?
Who shall be able to stand, man? The great day of his wrath. Who's going to be able to stand? Nobody. All right? The only ones that are going to make it is the elect. All right? That's going to get cleaned up. All right? It's going to last
1 Peter 4 and 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
Right.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear, man? If the righteous shall scarcely be saved, man. All right? See what I'm saying? So if we being let's say the elect, right? Right? Not saying we are, let's say we are, right? Or willing we are, right? What happens to the other people, man, that are not doing the will of the Most High? They don't have any hope, right? See what I'm saying?
Back to Joel 3 and 2. And I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a board for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink.
Right, in slavery, all right? So they sold our people in slavery, right, which are the Israelites, okay? And what? Keep going.
Verse 5, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Right, so they sold the Hamites, you know, the Ishmaelites were part of that, sold us to the Edomites, okay? See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That ye might remove them far from their border.
Where's our border? In the eastern hemisphere, right? Namely in the land of Israel, right? Go ahead.
Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them.
Right, are we not being risen up in the spirit out of the places whither they have sold us?
Sure.
Matter of fact, we got 3 days and a half. What?
And will return your recompense upon your own head.
Yes.
And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
That's it.
And they shall sell them into the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it.
There's going to be a new transatlantic slave trade.
That's right.
All right? And we're going to be in control of it, starting with our Lord Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Okay? And we're going to be selling these Edomites, these other nations, mainly these Edomites. Okay? All right? And they're going to be our slaves, along with these other nations as well. All right? But Esau's going to be separated. He's going to separate them into different places in the earth, the same way they separated us. All right? Go ahead.
This is Revelation 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them.
Right.
And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
This is a representation of us standing upon our feet,
right.
getting this truth. That represents this truth and this knowledge. All right? The Holy Spirit. Go ahead.
And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Ezekiel 37. We'll end it off on that. Ezekiel 37. And the enemies are going to see us go up into the chariots. They're going to see it with their own eyes, man. And there's nothing that they can do about it, man. They can cry, they can scream about it. There's nothing they can do about it. All right? This is the biblical prophecies, man.
That's right.
Go ahead. Bring that up.
Yeah, I have 35.
Huh?
I have 35.
What's that?
Said I prophesied against Mount Seir.
No, go ahead.
Ezekiel 35 and 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate, and I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Verse 8, I will fill his mountains with his slain men, and thy hills and thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord.
Jump to Isaiah 37 real quick.
Ezekiel 37.
11.
Ezekiel 37, verse 11. Then said he unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel.
Right.
Behold, they say our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off from our parts. Therefore prophesy say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord when I've opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves. And I shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that I, the Lord, have spoken it and performed it, said the Lord.
That's it. All right? So that's showing you the Lord now right there. Last scripture. Go ahead.
Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear.
Right. That's it. All right. All right. All right. So with that, we'll close up. We'll say Shalom. First of all, give all praise, glory, and honor.
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ukakodash.
Right, double us, the apostle, elders, great millstone salutations, work, respect to Rocky Mountain, push the sport out, and truth and sincerity. Shemai, Yahsha'Allah, Yahweh, Yahweh, Hayna, Yahweh, Yahweh, Shemai, Yahsha'Allah, Yahweh, Yahweh, Hayna, Yahweh, Shemai, Yahsha'Allah, Yahweh, Hayna, Yahweh, Shalom.
Wow. No, it was the same.